And we're live. We're live. Another episode of On the Dotted Line. You already know my name is Deshaun Lyons, one half of On the Dotted Line. And today's episode is going to be another Python session, but it's going to be a little bit. It's going to be a little bit different. Because let me clear these tabs out. It's going to be a little bit different. The simple fact that I want to explain why it's important in 2021 to learn a particular skill like coding. And the reason for that, we started during the pandemic. It's been very, very hard for certain people to get their jobs back, and it's been very unpredictable for them to sustain a job because this new technology era that we in is taking over. It's taking over the industry right now. And when me and Marquise was talking about these unique technology that is disrupting the industry and it's causing people to lose work, this is why people that looks like me, people that's disenfranchised, people that live in an urban community, people, people that's they don't have they in neighborhoods that don't have the resources. It's important to learn how to code. I feel like it's unique, and you could sustain a job this way, especially this new 2030 agenda when they want everything to be AI and technology based. But this is for the people that don't have a plan right now, that don't know what they want to do, and what's their next move. Because there's people that have businesses, there's people that's investing, there's people that is doing well, and there's people that have a purpose, there's people that have an actual skill set using their hands, which is important. These are the people that really don't know what's next, and they don't know how they're gonna get a sustainable career. And it seems like school is not really pushing that narrative to have a sustainable career in this society in 2021. So that's what I'm saying. Is very important. Now you see everything's going remote. Even though kids is going back to school, things is leaning towards remote schooling, remote jobs. Everything is being promoted to stay at home. So if you want to sustain income and have a job that's paying great, that you could be there for your family, especially the conveniency. Because another thing, when you're a programmer, you can spend time with your family. This is not a career that you stuck away from your family. You're gonna be with your family, especially people that want to be there for their kids and don't want to miss a beat. Learning how to code, and you're doing whatever you're doing. If you're working at IBM, you're gonna be working remote. Most of these coding jobs is remote. They don't need you to necessarily come to any location. So I'm telling my folks out there that's stuck, that don't know what they want to do in life, and I know there's a lot of people out there that's trying to be an entertainer. And I'm not even trying to crush anybody's dream. I was there. I used to be a choreographer. Now, this joint is annoying right here. Let me tuck this in. But yeah, I used to be a choreographer, and it was fun. My dreams was, to be this big time entertainer, this big time choreographer that's choreographing the greatest of the greatest. But I evolved as an artist because I always been a creator. I always been great at art, great at creating. I always been that since I was little. So I just evolved. But I came to the conclusion that's necessary. That's a crowded industry, number one. Number two, I'm not going to be dancing in my late 30s and 40s. I'm not going to be doing that. And I'm not saying there's people out there. I had a choreographer, a dance teacher that she was still being teaching at the age, I think 50. Excuse me. She was teaching at the age of 50. Like, she was still getting it. But I just looked at it and the type of industry and what and all the things that's in that industry, that's something I didn't want to keep going with. So I always wanted to learn. When I started to get into the financial world, when I started to get into like how to generate money, how stocks and building your portfolio and learning ways to generate income without you necessarily putting in that work, the more and more I started to learn that, the more and more I started to be intrigued with programming language and coding. And then it happened like 2018, I was just like, yo, I gotta learn this. I gotta learn this. I want to be behind this. And I always found technology intriguing, but I necessarily, you know, I didn't get to that point. I was just loving entertaining people, and I still do, but I want to do it in a different way. This technology industry is very intriguing, and but going back, getting away from that, it's also survival mode. It's survival mode. You're gonna lose your jobs. If you've been working at your corporate job for years and years, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the people that's been working in these insurance companies. It's not looking good for truck drivers because we got these autonomous vehicles out there that driving themselves. It's not good. It's not looking good for the receptionist and the administrative work. It's not looking good for any of these things, and it's more. It's more. If you tap into me and Marquise when we do the episode of The Future is Faster Than You Think, you're gonna understand that this particular the situation we in right now, they pushing technology heavy, and that's why they giving people all this money to stay home, because your service is not gonna be needed because it's gonna be ran by these robotics AI. It's gonna be ran by that, and they try to make us more compatible to an AI, and that's another scary thing. But it's survival. If you stuck out there, you still try to have this dream to be a rapper, you can still do it. But then that industry is changing as well with artificial intelligence. It's changing. That's why check out our episodes where we drop it, and you're gonna see how we talk about the music industry, how that's gonna change. How they're gonna, they don't necessarily need you to be there, because artists, they get their money off of shows. Music artists, they get their money off of shows. If they have a hologram that's doing it for you, they don't need to pay you. So learn this technology, learn this space. This 2021 is going to be, this is the time. Time is now. The time is now. Even people that have businesses, learn a little bit of it. Learn a little bit of, okay, if I want to create an app, or want to create a mobile device, or I want to learn the back end of how they code certain things. If you have a business and you have apps, I want to learn that part too, because being a boss, you want to be able to learn a little bit of everything about your company. So that's another thing. And also, I don't want to, the people out there that's pushing, like, because you see these ads, and I love my brother 19 Keys. He's been a humongous inspiration to me. But we don't want to get too crowded in an industry, when it comes to a financial industry, when it comes to stocks and all of that, because you see how they can be able to control that as well. I invest heavy into the stock market. I invest heavy in cryptocurrency, but it's important to have a skill set to and other ways to generate money. So the people that's taking these courses, that's 100% invested in the market, you need to also, but that's not doing anything, you need to also figure out ways to have a skill set that you can be able to have, just in case the stock market, they do something, some bull crap that, like GameStop, and they squeeze us all out of our money, and we lose our money. We have to have a skill set that, because they still control this. This whole stock market, this whole and cryptocurrency. They really can't control it, but they're creating platforms to control it. So we have to be mindful of that, like Coinbase. So it's important for the people out there to learn this technology, learn this program language. It's It's not an easy program language to learn, but this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for. I'm going to show you the basics, the basics today. I've been doing coding sessions with NumPy algorithms, dictionary, class functions, for loops, while loops. I've been doing that, but we gonna just do strictly beginners out there, because I want to just show y'all the basics. It's not gonna be too long of a stream, and I'll try throwing some more difficult stuff, some stuff that you already saw in the videos, but this is strictly for the people that's trying to get into, they're trying to figure out how I'm gonna get money. I got laid off my job. I don't got no particular skill, and also there's, if you go to python.org, they have an entry-level exam. That entry-level exam, you pass that, it's an easy exam. If you pass that, jobs that see you even know the basics will hire you. They will hire you, and you'll start off with 70 grand just off of just learning the entry-level part of it. So, and I'm trying to teach that so y'all can, get to the bag. You can work at home and all that good stuff. So let's get to it. Let me share my screen. All right, let's get to it. We're gonna just do basic coding. Let me full screen it. So we're gonna create a simple print statement. A print statement. This is super beginners. Even for the kids that's watching, this is how I'm gonna do it. So simple print statement is just print, and then you put in the parentheses. This is called parentheses. And to print like anything, like print like your name or a sentence, you have to put in a string. So you want to put your name. My name is Deshaun Lyons. That's my name. It's going to print that. So the computer is going to print Deshaun Lyons. Simple. So if you want to write a sentence, simple print statement. I'm just showing you the real basic of coding. You see it prints my name, Deshaun Lyons. Simple. That's when you run the code. If you want to print a number, so let's say you want to print a number. Print a number. Numbers are integer, so remember that. So you want to print a number. It gotta be like this. You gotta put it in there because it's an integer. You don't never put a number inside of a string. But you see the number 2. Simple. Because a number is an integer. It's not gonna. You can put it in that, or you want to just put it without the brackets. You see 2. So remember, when it's a name, when it's a letter is what is called a string. The string is in the quotes. So these is the quotes. That's a string. And when it's a number, numbers is integer. So let me see. Numbers are integers. Hope I spelled the integers right. And strings inside quotes are strings. But you never want to put, because if you put a quote inside 2, you're gonna get, it's not gonna, oh, it does really pull it out. Usually it don't run, but remember, try to not use an integer as a string, so because it won't print. All right, so that's simple programming language. So we're gonna do something called for loops. So for loops is pretty much looping around. It could loop around a list of names. It could loop around a list of numbers. So if we do for, I, and I abbreviation means iterating. So it's iterating through a list or it's iterating through a list of numbers. So let me put here. So we want to do, and we want to print out numbers up to 10. It's going to loop around. It's going to loop. It's going to loop. It's going to loop through the whole numbers to 10. That's what I'm going to do. So it's going to be like. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to do that. So we put for I in range of 10. It should print everything because I is going through, it's printing out all the numbers in the range of 10. So it's printing out all the numbers right here. And when we do a for loop or function, we want to make sure we put these bullet brackets. And you always want to put these bullet brackets when you're doing a for loop. And then because if you don't do it, the code is going to start here. And then if you print it, you print I, it's going to give you an error. Hold up. It's going to give you an error. So you see the error it gives you right here. And these is important too if you take the entry level exam. So it says right here, syntax error. So it says for I in range, and it's pointing at the back of 10. That's in the parentheses. It's pointing at that, saying it's missing something. So a valid syntax. So it's missing this bracket because it's supposed to, because the code is supposed to start here. When we print it out, it's supposed to start here because it's iterating through the range of numbers. So this basically say for I in range of 10, print I. Oh wow. Print I. And it should print a list of numbers, and it does that. So hold up. So it prints out all the list of numbers here. You see right here? So it prints out all the numbers. And you see it print out 0. Because in Python, they count from 0. They count 0 as a number. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know how we don't count 0 as a number? They do. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Even though it's 10 numbers, they count 0 as a number. So that's what it does. So a range of 10. All right, so let's learn something else. Let's learn something called, what could we learn here? We could learn, okay, we could learn a little bit of slicing. I mean, we can learn how you slice into a list with for loops. So remember, a list is always in these brackets. You see how, hold up. You see how these are parentheses? Brackets is always with lists. So we create list equals to, and then we create names. So this is considered a list. When it's always in these brackets, it's considered a list. So I'll put Deshaun, Marquise, and I'll put Isaiah. All right. So with for loops, you can really use it for anything. So you could print out even the items in the list. You can do that as well. So you could put for I in list, and then you can just print I. So what it does right here. So for iterating, remember I means iterating through numbers, a range of numbers, a list inside a tuple. It means all of that. So for I in list, print I. So it's going to print Deshaun first. Then it's going to go back and print Marquise. Then it's going to go back and then it's going to print Isaiah. That's how it's just looping around. So it's going to print. So it's going to do this. For I in list, print Deshaun. And then it's going to go back again to list, then print Marquise. Then it's going to go back to the list and print Isaiah. That's how the for loops work. So when we print that, it's going to print all our names. So you see it right here. It's going to print out all our names right here. So it prints, you see right here, Deshaun, Marquise, Isaiah. So it prints all our names out. And that's how you do it through a list. And now I'm going to show you something called slicing. We just want to pick out a certain name out that list. So what we do is this, remember, in Python, 0 counts as a number. So this is really position 1. So let's go like 0, 1, 2. So we do this. Well, this is my fault. This is position 1. So we put print. If you want to grab Deshaun, you're gonna put 1. Wait, hold up. Oh, no. I did something wrong. So we're going to put print, and then we're going to put list, and then it's going to print out, it's going to take a what's it out. All right. So what I told you, in Python, they count 0 as a number. 0 is a number. We don't count 0. But right here, so it's going to be like 0, position 0, it would be the first one. Position, then it's position 1, then it's position 2. So if I put 0 here, it should print my name, Deshaun. All right, so you see it here. So position 0 is the first position, and it prints out my name. So we took that name out of it. If we do position 1, it's going to print out Marquise's name, because Marquise is in position 1. If you see it right here, position 1, it prints out Marquise. So let's say we want to print out my name and Marquise. So this bulletin represents it's going to print whatever number is before this bulletin right here. It's going to print. So if we put 2, it should only print me and Marquise's name. And it does. And the unique thing about it, it prints it inside the list. So you see right here, it only prints out me and Marquise's name. You see Deshaun and Marquise. It prints out that, because if you put whatever number after this bulletin, it's gonna print all whatever's in the list. But if you print 3, it's gonna print everything. Let's say we want to just leave the bulletin by itself. The bulletin by itself is gonna print everything. It's gonna print everything in the list. You see, it's gonna print everything in the list. But so you put a number after the bulletin, it's gonna print whatever in that list up to that number, up to that position. So I might have to leave it there. Just wanted to show y'all simple coding. Very, very simple, super simple for the beginners. I went on long enough. But please follow me on IG. Me and Marquise podcast on the dotted line. You see it right here on the dotted line 18. Please follow us. And you want to learn coding, and also you want to get any type of advice on where to start, and even what I'm gonna say, just advice on stock market, cryptocurrency, blockchain. I do that as well. And also me and Keith, we've been doing this for a while. We've been doing this for a while. Oh yeah, before I ended, I want to, because I'm learning how to do hash functions. And it's unique. And a hexadecimal really means, this is advanced. So, but later on, hopefully I'll show you, so you can understand how to do a hexadecimal later on. But hexadecimal is nine. It's 9 characters that have letters and numbers. For letters up to A to F and numbers up to 1 to 9. That's a hexadecimal. So I'm doing something called hash objects. So I got to import this library called hashlib. This how you implement the libraries. I'll explain it, but I've been learning how to do this. So hash objects is going to equal to let me see, hash is it hashlib dot sha. I'm gonna use SHA-256. The simple fact that this is what they use for the blockchain, and they use for hashes to generate a hash, and they used SHA-256 because it's supposed to be 64 characters long, and then you put SHA-256 there because it's going to generate a hash, and it's going to 64 bits. So I put this string right here, and I put B, and then and the string could be my name, and then it's going to turn my name into a hash function. So I do that, and then from here I'm going to put hash. Let's see, hash. Wait, yeah, what's it? Hash dig, because dig's going to represent what's the name? Hex digest. Hash dig, and then it's going to go to hash objects, because we turn it we turning this to a hexadecimal, and it's going to be dot hexadecimal. Hex digest. Hex digest hexadecimal. I already told you what it is. It's 9 digits. It's 9 characters with A through F and 1 to 9. It's a bunch of characters that have the letters and numbers to 1 to 9 and A to F. I probably said that wrong, but we will learn. We will learn it moving forward, though. All right. Oh, hold up. I did that right. All right, so we put that as a hexadecimal, and then we just print hash dig, and then we should get this hash. So you see right here, it's a cool little thing I'm working on. I'm trying to learn how to do hashes, and you see right here, it's 64 characters long. That's for SHA-256. They use SHA-1. SHA-1, I believe, is 40 bits. This one for SHA-256 is 64 characters long, and basically SHA-256 means security hash algorithm. So the algorithm, it turned my name into a hash function. But yeah, that's it for it's just a cool little coding I'm working on. But that's it for this episode. Hope everyone enjoy it. Please like and subscribe and get this to go viral, because we need more people like me. We need more people out there that's struggling to find jobs, to learn how to code, and we go get there together. But that's it for this episode. My name is Deshaun Lyons, 1/2 of 4 Line. Peace out.